When you're obsessed, people think you're nuts. So it's different. If no one thinks you're crazy, you're not yet operating to the outer limits of your potential. You're not there yet. Because somebody in your life should say, man, you really care about this in like a crazy way.
It's time to stay focused. It's time to decide clubs, partying, trying to fit in and socialize, rub elbows with everybody so people can stop calling you weird. Why are you so antisocial? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you staying on the basketball court so much? Because I'm trying to get it. Why are you not clubbing? Like every time I text you and invite you to go do something fun and cool, you always studying. Because I'm trying to get it. The more weird you are is a reflection of how committed you are to focusing on your molding and shaping and developing your ideas and your craft so that when it's time for you to make your rounds, you gon' fly. You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. All the homies texting and calling and trying to make you feel bad about being so focused. It's grind season, homie.
I'm obsessed with improvement. Every day I'm getting better. There are those of you with phones, and every new phone that comes out, you get it. Every upgrade, you get it. Every piece of software, you get it. You are upgrading your technology, and you've not upgraded yourself. So listen to me. There are those of you saying, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be the best at this company, right? But your value system says you believe in sleep more than you believe in grinding. Your value system says you are a consumer and not a producer. If you're going to go to the next level, your values are going to have to change. We do not retreat. We do not give up. We do not surrender. And the reason why most of you are not successful is because every single time stuff not going your way, you give up, you quit, you let go, and people feel weakness. They feel it. You can feel when somebody's not committed, when they're not all in, when they're not dedicated. And there's another level you get to when you go all in. You have to eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream. And I dare you under every single circumstance, keep looking at your dream. Keep focusing on your dream. Keep going after the dream because that's where true success is.
necessary. I want to be the best, simple and plain.
There's a choice that we have to make as people, as individuals. If you want to be great at something, it's a choice that you have to make. We all can be masters at our craft, but you have to make inherent sacrifices that come along with that.
You know, people don't really understand how obsessed I am with winning. It's not, I don't care about anything else on the basketball court but winning.
Yeah, I mean, it's really simple. It's like whatever you're doing at that moment is what you're doing at that moment. You know, it's like that's where the obsessiveness is having attention to detail for the action that you are performing at the time you're performing. And if you can have that kind of focus, you can't help but to have a certain level of obsession or attention to detail.
Moving on.
21, 17 years old, hunger, motivation, and a desire to be the best possible basketball player that I can be.
Still waiting for a big smile out of you. You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm thinking about the next round.
Already?
Of course.
You got at least 5 days. Did you not enjoy it just a little?
I'm gonna get close to the top of Mount Everest and just lay down and sleep for a week.
Kobe, you won the MVP, you led the team to the finals. How do you characterize this season?
Well, I mean, the goal was to win a championship. You know, it wasn't to win MVP or anything like that, it was to win a championship. So, you know, from that aspect, we failed.
What is it about Detroit that gets you going like that?
04.
You still remember it?
Of course, never forget.
Is that really the motivating factor? Do you think that every time you come here, that championship you guys lost gets into your head?
Absolutely.
The injuries is not think about it, because when the game itself is more significant than the injury, you don't feel the injury. The injury won't get in the way because it's not important to you. I just want it so bad, that's all. I just want it really bad. So, you know, it's just, you just put everything you have into the game, and then, you know, your emotions kind of flow out of you. And that feeling of playing with that rage was new to me, but I fucking loved it. I had all this pent up frustration that I needed to let out. It was an avalanche, man. And, nothing that was going to get in the way. It was nothing that was going to stop me. Sacrifice is a loaded word. I mean, you have to make sacrifices every day in your life. If you have the ambition to reach your fullest potential in anything, you're going to have things that you inevitably give up. But to be honest, if they feel like sacrifices, you're probably not doing the thing that you were meant to do. Basketball was the thing for me, so it didn't feel like I was sacrificing a normal life. From the perspective of the person that's actually living it, it's not a sacrifice at all. You're just doing what you want to do. And if you don't have that feeling, that sensation, then you're in the wrong field. It's the battle that's going on within me that I'm carrying with me to these competitions. So it's not about you. It's not about anybody else. You're not making me go. I'm driving this thing, man, and you just so happen to be a person that's in a way that's, that may get demolished in the process.
Can you be happy? Can you be happy playing at this offense?
Completely, totally happy now.
Rampage.
But happy enough to win? Yeah.
And that makes it all work.
And that's good enough for me.
What do you have to have inside to be a great one?
That's tough, I mean, because everybody is different. Everybody's different and manifests itself in different ways. And I think at the core of us all, though, is it's the kind of that competitive drive and the obsession about the game. The most important thing to me was whether or not the player wanted to be here himself. Right? And then when you're here, the most important thing is winning championships. I don't care about anything else. It's winning championships. You don't have to like each other, but you will show up to practice every day, play hard. You will focus and commit to winning. And, you know, if that's the case, then you'll be just fine.
Is your plan just now treatment and see what happens Friday? Would you think about going home? How do you feel about what you do like tonight and tomorrow?
I can't get my mind past the fact that I gotta wait a year to get revenge.
I got business to take care of high school. I got business. A lot of teams that beat us in the past, now it's revenge, it's payback time. So I'm gonna stay focused on that. I wanna win a state championship. So when the season rolls around, I'll be more focused than ever.
As a team and as an individual, are you hungry enough?
Oh, definitely. We're still starving. You know, the legacy that the Lakers have forces us to remain hungry. You know, Magic and Kareem were able to win back-to-back titles, but yet they weren't able to treat. That's something that motivates us and keeps us going.
Matter of if we can win the series, there is no other option. We have to win it by any means necessary. Come hell or high water, we're gonna get this thing done. You know, we were part of the history of the rivalry, you know, and there's no way we could go down in history being remembered as a team that lost twice to the Celtics. All the history that's going on, like, there's no way. There's no way. So above even winning the 5th championship, it was more like not disappointing the memory of this organization and the rivalry that's been there for decades. That was more important. Last few seasons, you got to a point during the season where you're showing up to the arena and the games mean nothing. You're playing, you know, that's a horrible feeling to have. Horrible feeling to have. And so, you know, I'm hell-bent on making sure that we don't have a season like that. You know, you want to make sure that you're playing late in the season for games that actually mean something, for games that, you know, have playoff implications. Yeah, I knew that I was not going to be stopped. You know, so at the age of 18, this was my life. Right? So you can't possibly become better than me because you're not spending the time on it that I do. Even if you want to spend the time on it, you can't because you have other things. You have other responsibilities that are taking you away from it. So I already won.
A person that took no day for granted. You know what I mean? Like maximize his talent. That's extremely important. You can have talent, but if you don't maximize it, if you don't try to study your craft, if your craft isn't the most important thing to you, then I feel like you're shortchanging yourself. And so if they can look at my career and say, you know what, he was obsessive about what he did and reached the highest level of his potential, I'll be very happy with that. Well, yeah, I think you know, the focus and the intensity that you have to have. You know, 1 through 14. You know, everybody has to be focused. Everybody has to be ready to go, and you know, you have to play with that sense of urgency on every possession.
Were you asking that question when you won the championship? 2000, 2001, 2002, your three-peat. What questions were you asking yourself during that time?
How can we win another one? Because every year, every time you win a championship, the next time you come back, it's always hard. People are always gunning for you.
So are you going to avoid surgery altogether until you absolutely have to? Or?
I tell you what, you win a championship, I ain't doing nothing. I'm not touching it. The orange thing, leave it alone.
Normally in New York, you know, I'll go out to dinner and you know, I'll see a couple of my friends or whatever. But that night before the game, I didn't go anywhere. You know, I sat in a room and I thought about the game. You know, I wasn't going to be playing around. I'll come out here on the court tomorrow. I don't care who's hurt. This season, we are winning this damn championship. I don't care what happens. And that was the mentality.
In fact, when O'Neal was suspended over an on-court incident this year, Bryant wore Shaq's number and took his game to another level, scoring 56 points in 3 quarters.
Count it again for Kobe Bryant.
Was that a statement?
It was a statement. You know, that's the most upset I've ever been in a basketball game.
Because you at one time maybe felt like people said, oh, you only win because Shaq is your teammate, and then that drove
you know,
to...
I never cared about when other people said that. It never bothered me that people said, well, you only win championships because you're playing with Shaq. It bothered me when he said it. You understand? So when he said it, I said, okay, you know what? That's it, because you know what time it is.
After we split apart, were you trying to get more championships than me?
Oh, absolutely.
You were?
Absolutely. And I knew you were going to get one. I knew you were going to get one because of the energy, you know, going into Miami and D-Wade and everything that was there. I knew you were going to get that one. So I knew I had to get at least 2 or 3. I wanted you to get that because I needed that. I wanted that. I wanted people to say, see, this is what they're missing here. This is what they gave up for, right? Kobe should have been the one to go. Now he's in Miami. I needed that. I wanted that. I wanted everybody to hate me. I wanted to fuel off of that and just come back with so much anger and so much vengeance.
So I wanted that. So when you won, right after you won, I went out to the track and I ran. And I did my conditioning, I did my drills. I woke up the next morning, I hit my weights, I did my 1,000 shots, I did everything humanly possible to get myself ready. But I needed it. I was like, all right, yeah, good.
Actually, after I got drafted, you have to go in, you have to do your calls. So I go in, I do a call, and I speak to a representative from the organization at the time. They said, they told me that, they were looking to move me because they really didn't have any use or need for me. I said,
They didn't have any use for you, even though they traded you for Vlade Divac.
well, I was, at the time, I was, 17 years old, and I heard that, and I was like, okay. I know what I'm gonna be doing every day this summer.
What was that?
This summer. Train my butt off. Because when I hear stuff like that, that's just automatically just telling me you can't do something. You can't, we don't need you. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a whole nother year. What we did last year was great. It's not that difficult to me. Just forget about it, move on to the next season, win it again.
I think you've said this before, but was 2010 the most important championship?
No question about it. No question about it. No question. To lose that one and to be 0-2 to the Celtics, that's that is a non-negotiable. You cannot do that.
I've seen a lot more of that face this season. Is that because of the challenges?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the drive, it's the rage that comes out. When that face happens, that's the rage boiling over.
How often does that rage boil over?
It happens. It's been happening pretty often lately. Well, I think it's just a matter of what's important to you, and what's important to you. For whatever reason, I felt like I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror. So the reason why I can retire now and be completely comfortable about it because I know that I've done everything I could to be the best basketball player I can be. It might not be a sexy topic for everybody here to listen to. Right. That's the critical part because you guys want to win a 6th championship. You got to understand that the recovery things that I do, this stuff. It's cutting edge. You have to be obsessive about the process.
But like for you, would it have driven you crazy without, going to the Olympics? Now you have something else to focus on besides what happened in the finals.
It helps. It helps. It gives me something else to focus on and take my competitiveness out on. But I bounce back pretty quickly. Not to say that the loss doesn't sting because it does and it will. But I get back up quickly and move on to the next one and start thinking about revenge. No, you want to win. And
Yeah.
It's really it's hard, man. It's hard to be in that environment when we're literally like at the bottom of the league.
Well, you're welcome to come hang out here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I saw a clip today that I feel like I have to show you because I must know what your reaction to this.
Okay.
So the Lakers had an 8-game losing streak. They beat the Celtics. Overtime, great. This is from after that game.
This got interesting. Come back to Force OT. You got the friends here.
You feel me? We back in the building. Y'all thought we was gone. My man Jay Lynn was doing his thing. Jay Hill doing his thing.
Nick out there hitting his free throws. You know how he do it. Jay Lynn going to the basket like it ain't nothing to it but to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mike, man, you got a nice suit on today, too, man.
Appreciate that, Swag.
You got
Miz Wow.
Now, would that happen if you were there? Would there be a celebration?
Like in the game where you turn and you look at somebody like, dude, for real? Come on.
Oh, that face.
That face.
Well, yeah, that face that's the pissed off. What are you doing? Get your ass in gear face. Which I guess it's kind of been labeled as the death stare around here. I guess.
Right, the death stare. What's the Kobe death stare like?
I honestly, I don't know. Half the time I don't even know I'm doing it. It's just an uncontrollable thing. It's just that.
Some people will never like you because I believe your spirit irritates their demons. You want to be strong? Learn how to be alone. My girlfriend, Corinne, left me for my training partner. It devastated me. It rocked my world. It hurt me so bad. I went to the gym and my ex-training partner and my ex-fiance were kissy face, huggy bear in the gym, and I'm there at the same time with me. Use this hurt as fuel, as energy. I decided to take all that energy and put it into the gym. I would train like every day look better and better. I'm in the mirror, I'm scared of myself in the mirror. Look at training as something that builds character, work ethic. Look at training as something that really builds confidence. Look at training that shows you how to fail and shows you how to get up and win. There's much more to bodybuilding than just building muscle. Character building, confidence, integrity, how to lose, how to win, the work ethic. That's bodybuilding as far as I see it. Falling down, failing is part of life. Is life. Getting up every day, no matter what, is living. And it's gonna knock you down. Yeah, it's gonna knock you down. You're gonna fall on your face and you're gonna be depressed. And you gotta keep moving forward. If you can put it together in the gym, you can do anything. If you can put it together in the gym and you can. If you want it bad enough in the gym, it will happen. And you can do that. It translates into life, too. Life comes to you. You attract what you are. If you're a down, deadbeat kind of guy, you attract that. If you're an optimistic, positive kind of person, stuff comes your way. I guarantee you. I've done it both ways. Whatever you think about the most, you become this. Whatever you think about most, you get. Don't let life take you down. Get up. Beat it up. Kill it. Get up. Just get up. Keep going. Bodybuilding really is a perfect way to build oneself, one's understanding of oneself. Bodybuilding makes your life better. can't let anybody tell you that you can't do something, but especially yourself. Most of us will tell ourselves we can't, or we're less than, or we're not good enough, we're not worthy, they're better than us. You gotta think a different way. Think about what you really want. What do you really want in life? It's not forever. Life is temporary. You might as well do exactly what you want to do in this life, because pretty soon it's gonna be your last day. You know? I mean, that's just the facts. So you might as well live every day as if it's your last day. And do what you really want to do in life. And love what you do. And do what you love. If you want something bad enough and you have a dream, it will happen if you make it happen. You have to do the work, of course. You have to do the work. You just got to believe it, put it in your head, and go move forward with that every day. Find that impossible thing. Do the impossible. You can do it. I'm certain you can. Live for the impossible. Make it happen. One piece at a time. It will happen. Dreams do come true. If you really put your heart and soul into it, you will get it. Do what you love what you do. It's time to start living, folks.
And this NFL football player comes up to me. He goes, Goggins, can I ask you a question? How do you keep that dog mentality? I said, let me ask you a question. When you were younger, what did you want to be? He said, an NFL football player. But once I got there, I lost that dog mentality. He had a finish line in his brain. Guess what? A true dog mentality, I have a dog at home. He never gets full. It's not enough you made to the NFL. It's not enough you ran a 5K. Win a 10K. It's not enough you became a doctor. Be a better doctor. It's not enough you lost 50 pounds. Go out there and do something with it. Guess what? It's 109 out here, but guess what? It's not enough. Stay hard. Today I was running, and this guy passes me in the car. And it's about 100 degrees out here, 70% humidity. And the guy comes back around, looks at me. He pulls his car by me and says, why are you out here? I said, because you're not. Sometimes your motivation needs to be because no one else wants to do it. We need doctors, we need dentists, we need teachers. We also need savages. This message I do is not for everybody. So I don't want to say that soft bullshit about, do you have sunscreen on? This message is dangerous. It's too hot. I'm not asking you to be like me. Do you. Stay hard. Your mind's getting softer. We do that shit with everything in life. lot of you are trying to find inspiration and motivation with a depressed mindset. You don't find inspiration by not living in the grip of life. You need to live in the grip of life to find inspiration. Put challenges in front of yourself. When you put a challenge in front of yourself and you attack it, that's when you find inspiration. Repetition every day. Stay hard. So the other day I got an email from this lady. She said she truly enjoyed my book, but as she read it, she thought I was just crazy. So after she read it, she put the book down and started living her normal life. Just going back paying bills, going back to work, complaining about shit. A few days later, she has time to think about the book, and it scared her. She thought, well, maybe this guy isn't crazy. And that's what scared her the most. Maybe he's here trying to show us human potential, what we're all capable of doing. A lot of people like to put titles on other people who are doing extraordinary things. It makes them feel better about themselves. Gives them a get-out-of-jail-free card. I'm not crazy, I'm just not like you. In sports, there's a thing out there called load management. A lot of us like to load manage our lives. When you do that, you can find yourself right at normal. Get off that. Stay hard. With success in life comes more haters. Don't make them hurt your feelings. Use them for fuel. Use them for energy. In times of need, put them on mental Rolodex in your mind. And when you don't want to do shit, roll through your brain. Pull up that person who said you couldn't do something. Weren't fast enough, good enough, smart enough. Use them for energy. Instead of killing them with kindness, torture them with success. In life, we have to continue pushing past the odds. Use everything this world has to give you for fuel. Stay hard.
And anybody, not just Navy SEALs, but anybody that can accomplish anything that is hard. The only separator is that they really want to be there. There's some people that get inspired, and that inspiration moves them to try to do something. But the inspiration is very high right now in this nice environment. We're in a nice environment. I watched a movie about some badasses, you're inspired. But the second you're not in this environment and you're actually doing what inspired you, that suck factor is now real. You're now there. And only those people who have been there 1,000,000 times in their minds and have lived in that water and have suffered 1,000,000 times and realize my legs may break, my knee may break, my bones will hurt. I will be the coldest I've been in my life. I will be miserable. And accept that. When you get in a horrible situation in life, your mind immediately says, everybody does, even if you want to be there. But it starts to have all these different questions in your mind in that 1 second. And it says, okay, why are you here? Why are you doing this? Why this? Why that? And then you start to say to yourself, if you don't want to be there that bad, I have a beautiful life. I'm not going to break my body up to do this. Your mind starts to say, yeah, this is stupid. But if you are already knowing that this is going to happen to you, you have all the answers to these questions that your mind starts to give you when you're in suffer mode.
Try to be 10% better than you were last week. So if you're running 30 miles a week, run 33. If you're swimming 500 meters, swim 550. The more you walk away from accountability, the weaker you become. Find yourself in the grip of life. You can't find yourself by doing nothing. So there's a lot of pockets of weakness nowadays. And we try to fill those pockets with lies. I did it for many years. So, I'm out here in Colorado for a conference. I go to the gym and this trainer calls me over to talk to this group of people he's training. He says, hey man, what are you doing out here? So I tell him. He says, what kind of workouts are you doing? I said, well, one workout I'm doing, I'm climbing this mountain, 3,000 feet, 3 miles. But I do that every day. So the next day I'm out looking for him. Didn't see him. A couple days later, looking for him. Didn't see him. So here I am on the mountain again, climbing it. And there's gondola. It takes you up, takes you down. I'm going up it. I see a gondola. I'm about 5 minutes from the top. I look up at the gondola. I see him, face pressed up against the window, looking at me. Our eyes meet. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Practice what you preach. Stay hard.
I like suffering in the way that is competitive, that brings out the absolute best in me and in everybody else. I want to see what you're made of. I want to see, like, almost like the Colosseum in Rome. You can't do it by writing a paper. And what I found out, and the only message I want to get across to people is, once you change one thing, your mindset, you can attack everything. People know, how do you keep grinding every day? You have to make those insecurities, those fears. Like when I was 300 pounds, I didn't have any drive. I was an insecure, lying kid, afraid. I had to look in my insecurities and in my fear and find drive in that. We're all looking for passion. Passion's all around you. All the energy and fuel you need is right in yourself. It's all there. You got a lot of stuff to do to overcome. And you know, that's where I found it. I found it right there in my own insecurities. I found drive in my own insecurities. And that's the most powerful thing in the world. When you can find drive in your own doubt, fear, insecurities, you become very unstoppable. I'm in search for a feeling. I'm not in search for a trophy. I'm not in search for love. I'm not in search for more followers on Instagram or social media. When I started this journey years ago, and I realized that I'm going to be somebody, and I'm searching for a feeling of true victory for myself, and only myself. The second I shut out the whole world and realized that one thing, that I am in this world alone. I'm fighting this race by myself, weakest person on the planet Earth. My goal in life was to, in my mind, believe I'm the hardest man alive. And that's why the whole thing is can't hurt me. That's what it's about. It's about whatever you think you are, you have to make that dream a reality. But that's where the hard part is. There's a lot of successful people in this world who still feel empty inside. And they wonder why they still feel empty. So they try to make another million, 2 million, 3 million. Let's buy a new car, a new house, a new boat. Let's buy more of everything. At the end of the day, they still feel real empty inside. For me, I wasn't even successful, I just felt empty. So I was trying to hide my insecurities. You have to be there but not there at the graduation.
Okay.
You gotta be there in the worst
In the
parts
suffering.
that you know over and over again. You gotta live that in your mind. Dressing up. Same thing with life. If you don't get inside your soul, inside your heart, and fix it, be willing to go to war with yourself. Stay hard.
spree.